my way. I'd leave here today and move in a hurry.
I'm Gus Clark, and I grew up in Spokane, Washington, and I live in Canyon Lake, Texas. I grew up with parents that weren't professionals but sang a lot around the house, and Dad played guitar, and they were real, they showed me a lot of cool music. My dad would make me really cool mixtapes as a kid with, his idea of kids' music was like John Prine songs and Jim Kweskin and early Tom Waits and stuff like that, a lot of the band, and then I got a little bit older and played some clarinet in school band, but they don't show you very interesting music when you're a kid. And then I got into, I started wanting to play guitar. I started playing Dad's guitar around the campfire out at our place in Coeur d'Alene. And for my 13th birthday, he bought me a real nice acoustic guitar, and I started playing, was into, classic rock and some stuff, but, I grew up listening to the 90s country and a lot of old country. Short story long, got into punk rock like a lot of people, and then kind of came back to what I grew up on, which was a lot of old school country and just good songwriting and folkier music. I think about when you stop being so angry, you just get sad, and you can express yourself better that way sometimes. So yeah, then accordion and guitar and back to songwriting and playing in bands and fronting my own band, and
heck yeah.
Then kind of writing songs out of necessity. Like, I've always liked old American music, and then it was like, well, I guess I better contribute something to this tradition.
What got you into accordion?
I like the idea that you could be the one-man band thing. I could, I was playing on the street a lot to make my money, and I like the idea that I could play rhythm and melody and still sing. But it was something a little different too. You catch people's eye, and the more I learned about it too, the fact that it's in every culture and every continent on this planet is a really appealing thing. It's pretty cool when you start going like, there's Indian accordion music, there's all this South American accordion music, there's Eastern European, there's Western European, there's it's everywhere.
Is a bagpipe an accordion?
Not at all. But a harmonica is an accordion.
Oh.
But an accordion is a harmonica, but a harmonica is not an accordion. A bunch of the Eastern European countries, it's the same word.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Harmonica. Because it's the same, it's a little reed plate with a metal reed, and you're blowing air over it. The difference is the bellows are your lungs.
Pretty wild. So, growing up on the West Coast, did you ever see yourself ending up in Texas? Or is this an ending point or just a stopping point?
Oh, I've been wanting to move to Texas for a long time before I moved here. I mean, I first came down here with another band called Country Lips about 8 years ago. And I definitely was like, oh, people are going to say, oh, you're from the West Coast, country music. And we had a great time, met great people, did a South by thing. And then I eventually, a couple of years later, brought my band down here. And I was very much big fan of Texas music, grew up on a lot of classic Texas music. It was like, how are folks going to take to this? And I came down here and people were so supportive and so, so encouraging and saying I was doing justice to Texas music, and I love the people and I love the weather, and I'm glad I moved down here, and I'm glad I had an opportunity to do so, and I don't see myself ever calling anywhere else home except maybe Mexico.
Right.
But hey, same thing. I didn't draw the line.
Yeah.
Nah.
For sure.
Yeah, right. It's old Mexico.
Right.
Right, where we are.
So, do you have any upcoming songs on the list coming up?
I got a few in the chamber ready to be put out. The whole COVID thing threw it off for me a lot. We were going into all that stuff. We had a nice EP of 7 songs ready. I released a couple of them singles, but there's still the rest of that album to put out. And then been writing a few. I haven't been as creative as some folks during all this craziness because I was blessed enough to keep working mostly, playing small bars. But I got a few new ones and a bunch left to finish. And we'll be doing a big national tour in the spring with my full band.
So far, what's the biggest highlight of your career?
This today.
Like that.
Looking at you, big dogs.
All right. Being in Canyon Lake, do you have any like favorite restaurants or places to eat out, or just in Texas in general?
Man, that's a tough one. I always find good tacos in San Antonio. I'll shout out La Fonda de Jaime. They park out at Tony's Siesta in San Antonio. That is some of the best shit I've had anywhere. So, yeah, props to La Fonda de Jaime in San Antonio. That would be probably one of my favorite places to eat.
Heck yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Fuck yeah.
I'll be down there tomorrow. I'm definitely gonna record this and.
Any good fishing tips out in Canyon Lake?
Oh, make sure you buy dolphin safe tuna if the day's gone not so well.
Heck yeah.
Also, fishing with guns, super fun.
Heck yeah.
Alright, man. Well, that was great.
Don't tell wildlife and game I said that. Don't call the warden.
This will be omitted.
All right. So, where can people find you online?
Gus Clark Music or any streaming service. If you look up Gus Clark and the least of his problems, you'll find my full band stuff that's all out on anything from your Spotify to your iTunes, your Amazon, Google Play, all that stuff. A couple little videos you can find out on YouTube, and you can look me up on Instagram or Facebook, any of that stuff, or just go to GusClarkMusic.com. And mostly I'll be playing around Texas for the next couple months, and then back out on this national tour. So.
Heck yeah.
Do you have a residency here in Austin at all? Anywhere?
I don't right now. I'd like to.
Cool. I was just wondering. Awesome, man.
Heck yeah, dude.
Fucking rock, dude.
Thanks for coming by, man.
Thanks for
Really
having
appreciate
me.
you.
Love y'all. Doing good work.
On to the best.